Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. As you can see by this, I do not feel good. Oh, and I dyed my hair. A friend of mine a while back, that I used to work with at Joann's, she runs a hair salon, and they asked me to do some sewing for them for the salon, and in exchange, we traded hair care or services for sewing, which was really cool. And I went kind of teal, and it's messy as heck right now. But yeah, so that was really fun. I got it done yesterday. Um, that being said, I'm really struggling today. It's been a really rough day. I'm on pretty much my last day of pain medication I got from the hospital. So I've been trying to kind of um, stretch it out a little bit. And I took it at like 9 last night. And then I went to bed around midnight. And I was due to take more medication at 3. But obviously by then I was asleep. And I did not wake up until 1 p.m. So that means I literally slept through like 2 doses of pain medication. And oh my God, it hurts so much. So I am playing catch up. And chances are that I'm gonna try to call the OBGYN, but probably gonna have to go to the ER at some point so that we can get pain relief if this doesn't shape up. Um, I'm gonna take my pain meds very regularly today. Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna be gone out of pain meds today, so we may be going to the ER tomorrow night. We shall see. My primary care doctor, will not prescribe pain medication, or narcotic pain medication, I should say, for me. It's just her policy, which is okay. But at the same time, um, it's hard because, when you deal with chronic pain and you get into these situations, a lot of the doctors think that you're just here for the pain medication, that you don't actually need it. Thankfully, my hospital has not been too horrible about that yet. Hi, CJ. But thankfully, my hospital isn't too horrible about that. They don't prescribe huge amounts of pain medication, um, but they do prescribe like 20 pills to get you through. And so that's what they've done twice now. And I'm just nearing the end of this dose. And unfortunately, we're not necessarily going to be able to get this resolved till February. Um, you know, we're hoping that kind of after my next period, which should be very soon, um, that things will calm down a little bit. I mean, the doctors they don't get that I've had these cysts for years now, and it's not like normal cysts where they kind of burst and go away after a period. That's not how it is with me. They stay there and they cause a lot of pain. So as they get bigger, it gets more painful. We're hoping that after my period happens, probably this coming week, that things will calm down a little bit, that I won't be in as much pain. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey guys, I see 3 of you in here. Welcome in, guys. I have blue hair. Well, it's actually teal. It's got some teals, and it's a little bit green in places and a little bit blue in places. It's really nice because it has a lot of definition to it. Um, but yeah, it's been a really, really rough couple of weeks for me. Um, in general. And I know tonight we have to go over to my brother-in-law's house because we're going to be taking care of his cat for the week, because tomorrow he is heading out to Montana to visit Andrew's family. Susie, hello, love your hair color. Thank you. I love it. I debated on color. I honestly really kind of wanted to do a rainbow color. Hello, Sean. I really wanted to do a rainbow color, but then I'm like, yeah, no, that's too much to take care of. Because like with this hair color, you can add like teal dye or something to a conditioner, and hi Hannah, and it will help keep your color there longer. My hair does not hold color very well, so we're gonna try that this time and see if that kind of keeps the color going. Because right now all I can do is not wash my hair as often, which is fine. But I like to have clean hair, and it's feeling kind of ick right now. I will probably take a shower here tonight because it just feels uck. But because it's got hair product in it right now. But yeah, it. I wanted something. I love things that remind me of like the ocean and water and everything. And my next hair. Whoa, sorry about that. My next hair adventure is going to be when we shave the sides. We're going to actually do a design in the back or on the side or something like ocean waves or something. Oh, goodness sakes. There we go. That's kind of the plan. It's fun. But like I was saying in the beginning, I have a friend who she has a hair salon and she also worked at Joann's. And when I quit, she asked me if I would do some sewing for her salon. And in exchange, she would give me some hair services. So she's cut my hair once, and she dyed it this time and did a little bit of trim cut thing. And she's going to do it again probably in a couple weeks or so, just to trim it up again and possibly do the design in the hair. We'll see. But yeah, no, today has been rough. I woke up in just an awful pain mood. I leaked, my diaper leaked because okay, so I've been dealing with a UTI type thing, and it's been really painful. This is prime example of why I do not catheterize for my incontinence, guys. When I went into the ER, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, the nurse had to do a straight cath to get a urine sample because it's really hard to get an actual good urine sample out of me because usually if I'm peeing, I'm pooping when I'm on the toilet, things like that. And it's a real struggle to get a non-contaminated urine sample, so I let them do the catheter. And she did a horrible, horrible job. It took her probably 10, 15 minutes to get the thing in. And it ended up that there was just a ton of blood in the sample, all this stuff. So she did a really bad job. And then the following day, they did another one because the first one had so much blood in it. They wanted to retest it to make sure they didn't miss something. Well, now, a week later or so, 2 weeks later almost, I have been dealing with the last several days of a UTI. And honestly, we're probably going to have to go to, if we have to go to the ER, that could be why I just thought of that. That could be why I feel so horrible today. But I haven't had a UTI in years, and it's really tough for me because I can't feel my bladder. Like, I don't feel the bladder. I don't feel when I'm peeing until it's literally like, here's outside the skin and right inside the body, I feel it. It's literally once it kind of touches the skin type thing. But it kind of causes a muscle spasm in that area, and ow. So I've been in a lot of pain whenever I urinate, and it's just been awful. Today I'm nauseous as heck. I can't eat. And I probably need to go to the doctor about this here pretty quick. We don't have any money until tomorrow, so if we do, it's gonna have to be probably the ER. But we'll see how things go tonight. I didn't even think about that this morning, that maybe... The problem with UTIs is as they get bad, they can turn into a kidney infection. So we really have to watch it to make sure I'm not getting a kidney infection. That would be really bad. That's the last thing I need right now. But it's just been a really rough couple of hours. I mean, I've only been up since 1, and I just woke up in a horrible, sad, upset mood, in a lot of pain because I missed 2 doses of pain medication, woke up to a soaking wet bed, I'm grumpy as heck, and yeah, so I texted Daddy to let him know. He was taking a very important test today for work, and I just let him know that I am not doing great today, which I feel really bad about because I'm pretty sure he was kind of in puppy mode. I know he was feeling really puppy last night. I was supposed to fix one of his plushies today because it popped a seam, and so I feel really bad that I kind of had to pull him out of puppy mode a little bit because I just need daddy mode tonight. I'm not feeling good. I'm hurting. I'm fussy. It's just really, really rough day. But yeah. And oh my gosh, guys, I can't believe it's only 5 days till Christmas. It's gonna be so fun. I'm more excited about this Christmas than I have been in a long time. Because we actually get to do little Christmas, which is so cool. I've wanted to do like little birthdays or little Christmas for forever, guys. And this is the first year that we're really able to do that. And it's so fun. We had so much. We did Daddy's presents. Oh, well, not Daddy. Daddy had come to us and said, I want to open my presents on a different day for Christmas because I don't want, he's like, getting my gifts, my puppy gifts is going to send me Super Puppy. And he's like, I just want you guys to have an awesome little Christmas. So we did his presents a couple days ago. And it was so fun. He was such a goofy little puppy, and it was a riot. He got a remote control car. He got that flips over, and this thing is like really powerful. We went to Five Below for almost all of his gifts, for his puppy gifts, and you guys, the thing about Five Below is people think of it kind of like, I personally think of it oftentimes as like a dollar store or a Dollar General type thing. But actually, Five Below is like an overstock store, so they end up with all these cool toys. And I was actually very surprised at the quality of them. And he got a remote control car, he got a remote control helicopter. He doesn't know this, but on Christmas Day, he's getting a drone that we got at Five Below, actually. And so he got a bunch of really fun little things that he's really enjoyed, and some candy and some Paw Patrol themed things, and he loved them. He loves Paw Patrol. One of his favorite things. So we did his little Christmas a couple days ago, and he'll do his big gifts, his adult gifts on Christmas Day. So that'll be fun. But yeah, it was fun, and he's super excited for Christmas. I know one of my gifts, guys. Well, I kind of know two. I know that he's replacing my poor plushie that is 10 years old. He's helping. We're gonna retire my plushie, my faithful Morpheus that has been by my side every single day for the last 10 years. We're getting a new one, and his name is gonna be Neil. So I know all about that one, and I had to move it out of the living room because it was sitting in the box in the living room, and I had to put it in their bedroom because every time I looked at it, I just wanted to open it because I'm so excited. And I know that I'm also getting some gift cards for like craft stuff and art stuff, and I'm super excited. I've been kind of researching some things I want to get, and so that'll be fun. I'm really, really excited about getting some art stuff, and yeah. So we're super happy about that. I cannot wait. And we didn't really decorate for Christmas this year, guys. We just moved in a couple months ago, and it's just, we didn't have the money, in all honesty, to really do decorating on top of buying Christmas gifts. So when everything goes on sale after Christmas, we're going to get our tree for next year. We're going to get some decorations and things like that, which is what my family always used to do too. We would wait till after Christmas, but we considered getting a little mini tree this year, and we didn't do that, which is okay. Just with my allergy reactions this year, because I've had a lot of random allergy reactions to things that we cannot figure out. And having a tree, we didn't want to risk having that in the house because I am obviously allergic to the pine cones. We're not sure if that's like a pine allergy or not, so we didn't want to risk it. So we're going to get a fake tree this year when they go on sale, and we'll grab some decorations and things like that. And yeah. So I'm just trying to get through for the next hour till Andrew gets home, because I am just like, I'm a wreck, guys. I've literally spent the last 2 weeks pretty much on this couch. I tried twice. I did live stream me sewing a little bit. I tried to sew, and the act of sitting up and moving around made me extremely nauseous. I did get enough time in to actually to get the family Christmas presents done, which is good. But that's about all I've been able to do. And I haven't even been able to finish Andrew's Christmas PJs. And I think this is the first year since I've moved to Kansas that we will not have PJs for Christmas. Because this is not my year. And honestly, fall and winter are the worst times of year for my health issues for some reason. Um, and it's just not been my year, and I haven't been able to do half of what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to do some Christmas things and whatnot, just haven't been able to do it. So, yeah. Um, but there is, thank you, Sean. I'm hoping I do too. It's really a toss up on if things are going to resolve this week or if it's going to be until I have surgery, which I'm kind of, as much as I don't want to have surgery, this particular surgery would remove my remaining ovary and my uterus because I'm so tired of the pain, the troubles that the woman reproductive organs cause in my body. Just with there's just so much complications from them. Um, but yeah. So I recorded a video, and I'm definitely still gonna put it up because not everybody watches my streams. But come the new year, guys, I have been all this week being on the couch. I've been researching and learning a lot of business stuff, learning things that, you know, I'm kind of going to take the business back to the beginning and just redo everything, get everything taken care of, change up finances, the way things work, change up my Etsy shop. It's very possible I'm actually going to take it down for a little while and bring it back here soon. In the new year with hopefully some completely revamped shop, because I want to, number one, I have a lot of choices. 1 minute, Sean. I have a lot of choices and fabrics that I need to take down because it's overwhelming the amount of choices I have. So I need to knock that down, and I have ideas for how I'm going to redo that and everything like that. But that's going to be fun to do here. Hopefully I feel better and I can do that. Sean, to answer your questions, what kind of health problems do you have? A lot. My primary health issue is that I have a genetic disease called familial adenomatous polyposis, and it basically, I have a gene that is missing in my body, and this gene tells your body not to grow polyps in your colon or your digestive tract. Sometimes they can grow in your stomach as well. In my case, I also have a offshoot of this disease called Garner's syndrome. Basically, when I was 18, we had to have my colon removed because if with this disease, you will have colon cancer probably in your 30s, early 40s. My grandmother passed away at like 50 or something like that through a complication of this disease. A member in my family on my dad's side that has this disease has had their colon removed. It's just something that has to happen. Otherwise, you will have cancer, and it'll be recurring cancer. So initially with that, I had a very severe infection that caused a lot of organ damage. It damaged my spleen. It damaged my gallbladder. I've had ileostomies and bowel obstructions, tons of things like that. A lot of my issues are actually kind of undiagnosed. I have been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is part of why I have trouble with weight gain. I gained weight even though I don't eat much, and so that's kind of a thing of it that they did have to remove an ovary because of it, and yeah. I also have a chronic pinched nerve issue in my back, which causes a lot of issues with my back and my walking. During some of my surgeries, there's been some nerve damage. Like one of my surgeries, I had nerve damage on the left side of my head, which is also why I have no eyebrows and I often have eyelashes fall out, and things like that. I had a stretched nerve in my leg. They stretched the femoral nerve of my leg, and that initially it caused about 8 to 12 weeks of issues. And it has residual weakness. My left leg is permanently weakened by that. I also have we don't know exactly what happened, but a few years ago, the day after Thanksgiving, I woke up in extreme pain from my low back down to my feet. We went to the emergency room, of course, and that next week I just lost the use of my legs. And it took a while to gain that back. I mean, I was out of the hospital 3 weeks later, um, and they did a week of PT, and they said I was okay, and I got back to pretty normal fairly quickly. Um, but I had a relapse a few years ago. About 5 years ago, I had a relapse, which, so 7 years ago was my first time. 5 years ago was my relapse, and that just has left permanent issues. I have very weak legs. Um, I have very, I have a lot of issues walking. I have plantar fasciitis because of it. Um, Things like that. It's just my, it's a rough life sometimes. I love, I do really well most of the time. Sometimes I really struggle, which is like what's going on now. Um, S88T30, huh? But, it's, there are struggles in life, but I am pushing through. Doing things like dyeing my hair to make me happy. Um, but, hopefully in the next couple weeks, I'll really turn the corner and get back into life. Because right now, I have not been able to clean my house by myself. I have not yet been able to do my dishes. I've not been able to cook. They've had to do all of that for me. And oh my God, Zelly is an amazing person. I so appreciate. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. While I am not necessarily Christian, um, I grew up in that, and I do respect and appreciate those who are. And Zelly is a Christian. I don't discount that that belief, and I greatly appreciate it. Whether or not prayer works, it's at least the people are sending out love and thoughts to help out, and I greatly appreciate it, Sean. Thank you. But Zelly has been an amazing help these last 2 weeks. I was in the hospital for one day for pain management. Came home, and I've been kind of looped out of my mind a little bit. This week, my body's kind of slightly adjusted to the pain medication, and I haven't been as loopy on it. Um, but I'm taking Benadryl around the clock. I'm taking pain meds around the clock. It's been really like, so with all the pain that's going on, it's causing leg pain. It's causing abdominal pain. It's just, ugh. So with all that, it's been a struggle, and Zelly has just stepped up to the plate. She's making dinner, she's doing the dishes on top of working a full-time job, and she has been amazing, and I really, like, I have told her so many times this week, thank you, and how much I appreciate it, and, like, I'm so impressed with how she's stepping up, because our previous roommate would have never done this. And Andrew is at work all the time, and it's hard for him to do it. So I so appreciate everything that she has done around this house. And for me, like, she is amazing. She has the biggest heart, you guys. Like, her and I argue and, get into, our little tiffs and stuff. But at the same time, we know we can count on each other when the other one's not doing well. And I greatly, she's been such a godsend. And I couldn't be more thankful for the housemates that I have. She's been wonderful. And yeah, my living room's a little bit messy because, I mean, if I show you guys, it's messy because this is one of the times where there's the table. The other stuff is just moving stuff, but like we've picked our battles through all this. So yeah, but back pain sucks. And this is like, normally with my back pain, I can put up with it. I take a lot of Epsom salt baths. I do a lot of resting in this exact position. I have heating packs, all that stuff. My heating pad died this past week, like died. And my poor cat is all upset about it because he uses that as a heat source a lot. But I'm going to be making some rice heating packs here in the next probably couple weeks. For me, and those work fantastically. Like, those are wonderful. Oh, and but yeah, it's been a struggle, and right now I just want to like curl up and sleep, but my bed is wet, so I'm probably gonna curl up and sleep in Daddy's bed for a little while, even though I should stay awake But yeah, but it's been so. Ugh. I'm so frustrated because like there's days where I felt okay except for the pain, and like I would try to sew and I would just end up vomiting. On my last stream, I had to just stop streaming, and as soon as I stopped streaming, I just puked. Thankfully, I had enough time to grab my little emesis thing that we had from the hospital. Ooh, you have a fracture? Ugh. We're not entirely sure what is going on in my back and in my legs. Many when I first had this issue, they did an MRI. They didn't really see anything. They were worried that I had MS, and ugh, fracture in your spine. That's not fun. But they've done like nerve conduction tests and things that always come back okay. So I think what is going on has to be like within the bone itself. My colorectal surgeon, that I had many years ago, when I first had my leg condition happen, he was pretty sure I had some form of Guillain-Barré syndrome, which usually ascends from foot upward, and mine stopped at my back. But he's like, I swear you have some form of Guillain-Barré that has never happened before. And he's like, unfortunately, we don't have much way of checking it out. Someday, guys, someday we're going to get like a whole slew of like genetic testing done and like find some doctor that can handle me and figure things out, because there's so many things that are going on with me. It's not even funny. A lot of my issues probably are related to the FAP, the familial adenomyosis. The short name for it is FAP. We know that my tumors, I have a desmoid tumor in my abdomen that we haven't looked at in honestly 9 years. Ooh, that is why you never drive drunk. The tumor we haven't touched in the last 9 years or so, since 2010. And we're not sure, like, that could be causing some of these issues. We don't know. It doesn't show up very well on CAT scans and things like that. So pretty much the only way to really see what's going on is probably either some sort of PET scan, MRI, something like that. But they don't show up on CAT scans, really. My cousin has had the same issue, and she recently had surgery because she actually has two tumors. So while you don't want to take these tumors out, because with desmoid tumors, when you take them out, they grow back, and they grow back even faster, even bigger. So you really leave them alone as much as possible. If it comes down to it and that's what's going on, then we would deal with it from there. But right now, our main concern is this ovary that it's double the size that it was 3 years ago. That's when I had my last ultrasound, was in 2015. And my ovary was 3 centimeters. The ovary now is 6 centimeters, so it's doubled in size. And they're worried that I have torsion going on, which is intermittent twisting of the ovary. Basically, the ovary blood supply, it twists and it cuts off blood supply. And they're worried that intermittently that's what's going on. But we have not been able to catch that on an ultrasound. So we're not sure exactly what's going on with it. I have been referred to an OBGYN out in Kansas City who is a little more equipped to deal with complicated cases like me. And we're going to be seeing them on the 5th of February, hopefully. But yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. And things have been really rough for me. Things have been really rough. And, I literally have my little home pharmacy sitting here. I've got my pain meds, my Benadryl, my nighttime meds, my daytime meds, which I did not take yet. That's going to have to skip till tomorrow. Because I did forget to take them today. Which does open up when I don't take my morning med, I'm on the Lexapro for the seizures. And I also have some sensory processing issues and anxiety and all that. When I don't take that med, that kind of heightens all that. I become extremely sensitive to different noises, to the feeling of different things. Um, like I have to have certain things on my body. I can't wear a lot of different things. Like I have to wear cotton pretty much at all times. I can wear some fleece, which is awesome. But I can't wear anything like silk and things like that. It drives me crazy. I have to have cotton, like t-shirt type things all the time. I sleep with all cotton blankets. I don't sleep on polyester at all, or microfiber or anything like that. That stuff drives me crazy. Actually, my bed that I have in my crib right now, when we first got this bed, we actually got it because Andrew was having really bad back issues, so he bought a twin XL bed and put it next to our king bed, so to see if that would help his back. And then when we moved here, or when Zelly moved in, we actually made my crib, and now I have my crib. And when we his sheet that he had on there was a brushed microfiber, and it literally like made my skin crawl. I could not handle it. So I actually made a cotton sheet for my bed because I couldn't handle the microfiber. And the blanket we used to sleep with was microfiber, and I could. I ended up buying this blanket because I couldn't have the microfiber touching my skin like that. It was just like a sensory process. I couldn't process the texture, the feeling, all that. I couldn't process that information. So I have to basically stick with cotton. Things like quilts. I've always loved the homemade quilts my mom made because they turn out fantastically and they feel so good on my body. And I never really knew that's what was going on. But hey, Dynasty, welcome in and thank you for all the well wishes. Yeah, nerve problems suck. Like, I've had. This is what makes me think that sometimes there's a lot of issues going on in my spinal cord because in the last few weeks, it started in my face. I was having facial numbness, and it's numb right now, and it's especially happens when I'm having hard times health wise. But right now my face is numb. I can feel the pressure, but like feeling the sense of it. Seasonal hair? No, not really. It's just because I wanted to dye my hair. It may stay like this for a while. I don't know. It totally clashes with the outfit I'm wearing right now. I will say that much. But like the facial numbness happened, and I've been having issues where my limbs fall asleep extremely quickly. Like I can be sitting here and like I'll have my hands like this and my hands will fall asleep or my legs will fall asleep. I've had numbness in my feet. Yesterday I got up and I literally could not feel my foot. I felt the pressure of walking and everything. Like I could feel the pressure, but the skin could not feel anything. And it was weird. And I do probably need to call the neurologist because he's like, we'll watch it. But the only reason I haven't done that is because I'm on this pain medication and I don't know if that's the pain medication causing this or not. So it could be that my ovary is pressing on some oh goodness sakes, let's not get the hiccups. It could be that my ovary is pressing on a nerve. I'm not surprised it left you incontinent. All my surgeries left me incontinent. But I should probably, I don't know. Andrew's gonna be oh goodness sakes. I have not had the hiccups in forever. Whew, okay. But yeah. So we'll see how everything goes. I'm really excited for Christmas because it's just a little bit of a happy day in all the bad. So long as we don't end up in the hospital then. Zelia was so cute the other day. She's like, oh, I've been figuring out a plan on how to get all the gifts up to the hospital if we have to do that and all that stuff. So I'm like, that would be hilarious. But it would be, we've had to do it. Well, no, in previous years, I usually the doctors would at least get me out of the hospital for Christmas Day. I may end up back in the next day, but they'd let me out for Christmas Day. Um, so if I end up in the hospital for Christmas or whatever, we'll figure it out. But the funny thing is, like, guys, since I've been sick, we started off my surgery in October, my very first surgery. And it's like every year since then, come October, November, and December, I am always not doing well. Winter is a horrible time frame for me, which is one reason I like being in Kansas, because the winters are not anywhere near as strong. Um, like it's been super sunny, no snow. We've had snow twice, and I mean it literally melted the next day. So in New York, that would not happen. It was just full blown snow for 4 months at a time. So I don't mind. I That's one thing I really like about Kansas, is that it's not as severe of winters. It's very mild winters. Yesterday it was like 50 degrees. Hey Jesse, do you think the desert would help? No. Um, Jesse, no. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling better. On top of it, I have what I think is a UTI. Wait, what is? Yeah, Sean, I understand that. I do have issues with that sometimes, where I can't change my own diaper. Um, with my seizure condition, that always happens. Andrew always has to change my diapers after seizures, and it's really hard because I am a heavy person. I am well over 100 pounds overweight. Unfortunately, my ideal weight is about 160. You and I are from the same area, yeah. But I am so thankful. Like, moving here, like, the winters have not been anywhere near as tough, and this has been an exceedingly um. Did the stream just die? No, it did not. At least not on my end. Like, I've this year has been wonderful because the winter has been so mild so far. Knock on frickin' wood that it stays that way. But we've had winters in the past where, yes, we did have snow on the ground pretty much the whole of December and January. Um, but I am very, very, very happy for the winter. I do not miss the New York and Michigan winters at all. At all, at all. I mean, it gets cold here. It can get really cold. It can get like 0 degrees or below here, but it usually stays within the 19, 20, the late teens, early 20s type temperature. Um, and yesterday it was 50 degrees. It was gorgeous. Um, yeah, we have had a little bit. I mean, like, probably a total of everything this winter, we've had maybe 3 inches or 4 inches of snowfall. So not bad. But, oh, pardon me, I have a little bit of a wave of nausea right now, which is not surprising because I haven't eaten. Um, I am in too much pain. I am in a kind of in the feeling I have right now. It's sort of like pre-seizure feeling, but at the same time it's not. I just don't feel okay roaming about the house um because of the pain. It's just I got my coffee this morning and I sat down and I haven't gotten up. I did immediate well, I got up immediately, took off my diaper and went to the bathroom because the diaper was drenched. That's the first time I've had such a drenched diaper in days. Um, but I leaked, which was not fun. My bed was soaked. I probably have to wash my bedding, which I'll probably have Andrew do. Your sister's been feeling bad too. Oh, that's sad. I will probably have Andrew pull the bedding in when he gets home. I just didn't have the energy to do so myself. And I'll have him wash the bedding. Um, I haven't even told him that I leaked, but it was a big leak. It was big. So even the cat who sleeps under the blanket next to me, he didn't sleep under the blanket after I leaked. I mean, a lot of times when he gets up in the morning, like he'll get up in the morning with Zelly and she'll feed him. And I kind of woke up a little bit. I vaguely remember waking up when she was getting ready to leave for work and stuff. And he got up and he got fed. I know he got fed because he slept till 1 o'clock without asking for food. And something wrong with her stomach. Oh, that's no fun. That's horrible. I feel the stomach issues. I really do. Um, guys, the funny thing, I was going to stream from my computer today because it's easier to follow comments on there and such. And I am getting, my meds take about 2 hours to really, really kick in. So now that we're about an hour and a half to 2 hours in, they're really starting to kick in. So if I get like eye droopy and loopy, that's why. Um, I forget what I was going to say now. That's how it is. But yeah, stomach issues suck. I feel the stomach issues. I've had a lot of issues with mine. So I have issues with mine on a regular basis. I have a sliding hernia, a sliding hiatal hernia, which causes a lot of pain, a lot of reflux, all that stuff. You have friends and family that know. That's good. See, the thing is, when you're incontinent, I have a lot of people who are terrified to tell their family that they're incontinent. And part of that, if you have a really horrible family, yeah, I can understand not telling them. On the other hand, it's like, it's a medical issue, guys. Tell them. It'll be a lot easier on you if you tell them in the long run. Like when I started having incontinence issues, yes, my mom was like, we need to see the doctors. We need to figure it out if there's anything we can do. So we did go that route for a little while. And when we had the testing basically showing that there was no nerve action in my bladder that I could control, my mom understood it. She stopped trying. She talked to me for a while about like time voiding, trying to make it, not wearing diapers type thing. And once she saw those test results and understood what was going on, she did a 180 in her perception of it. And, and my grandmother was like kind of pushing it on my mom, maybe she's just being lazy, maybe she's kind of faking it, and sometimes my mom, like, while my mom wouldn't necessarily believe that type of thing, it did kind of affect her thinking a little bit. But once she saw the tests, this is a funny thing. I had urodynamic testing. Basically, they hook you up to a bunch of sensors. They put a catheter in your bladder, a catheter in your bowel to measure the muscles. And when she saw that as they were just filling up my bladder, they were slowly filling my bladder. And the nurse is like, normally at this point we'd see like little blips on the screen, and mine was just flat. She's like, this indicates nerve death. And nothing happened on my test. It was literally flatlined the entire time until it went boop, and I started peeing, and I couldn't feel it. And once my mom saw that, she knew. She knew that, yes, they fill it up with saline. Yep. And once my mom saw that, she's like, okay, so we're going to stop trying to figure out how to get you to go to the bathroom, and we're going to make sure that, your bladder's emptying all the way. Quickly, like, I talked to her when I found out. I'm like, Mom, I am not okay with catheterizing. I don't want to do that. It causes a lot of issues with the muscles surrounding that area. It causes a lot of spasms and pain and UTIs, and I had to talk with her and said, I'm not going to do that. I could not handle that. And she was okay with that, and then we went to, the doctor told my mom that basically after this test, she's like, she's fine, by the way. She's just being lazy. There's nothing wrong with her. And my mom was in the room watching this test, talking to the nurses. This happened when the nurse's jaw basically dropped at how little nerve activity I had in my bladder. and she told my mom, she's like, there's complete nerve death going on. And when, a week or two later, when we saw the doctor to discuss it, she basically said to my mom and me, your bladder is completely normal and you're just being lazy. My mom fired that doctor that day. She told her, you are lying. I saw the test results. We are not coming back. And we actually ended up going to the urologist that my cousin had for his cancer. He had testicular cancer and everything. We ended up going to that doctor. When he saw the test results and the report and all that, he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, well, number one, he's like, yes, you could catheterize. He's like, you could intermittent cath, and there's benefits and downplays. He's like, you are at much higher risk for UTIs. He's like, you're he's like, while you're catheterizing every so often, he's like, you're still probably going to have to wear a diaper because you never know when your bladder is going to release. You don't know how much is in there. He's like, you're better off probably wearing a diaper. He said, the one thing I want to work on with you is that your bladder is retaining urine. Basically, he's like, you'll go and you'll release a lot, but he's like, there's about 200 mils that's being left behind every time you pee. So he put me on a medication that would open up my bladder neck and cause it to release everything, because I was having kind of a chronic UTI at that point. So I was on that med for probably a year to 2 years and started having zero UTIs. I was not retaining. And he wrote the script for diapers, so that we could get them covered by insurance. Because at the time I had Medicaid and they covered cheap diapers. And, he told my mom, he's like, this is her life from now on. It's like, there's not really much we can do with late nerve death. We can cath or we can wear diapers. In her case, with all her UTI issues, he's like, it's probably better off to just wear the diaper. And my mom went with that, and she's like, okay, this is how life is going to be. She did bring up every now and then, because I was still having a lot of bowel issues at the time. And she brought up, what about going back to an ostomy that was both an ileostomy and a urostomy? She's like, then you wouldn't have to wear a diaper. You wouldn't have to worry about it. And I said no. I'm like, Mom, I had a horrible time with my ileostomy. There's no way I'm going back to that if I don't have to. Like, if I can live life in a diaper, I'm going to do it. And even to this day, like, I have a fissure. I have issues with my bowels. And, I've told my mom, she's brought it up every, once a year, she'll bring it up. Would it be worth it to go back to that? And I'm like, I would rather poop my diapers willingly than go back to an ostomy, because I have horrible skin reactions to it. I have allergies to adhesives. Like, I had an IV here, and literally for a week, it just started clearing up. For a week straight, I just had this horrible red rash that itched, and it was horrible, from an IV. On this hand, I had a hive that popped up, which you can actually kind of still see. Not really. I had a hive pop up right here. I wish I could show you all a picture, because it was a massive hive that was about this big, and it was raised about that much. And so it's like, it's not worth it to me. I would rather wear the diapers. And my mom at this point has completely embraced that. My family is totally okay with it. They understand. And yes, I am allergic to adhesives. We're not sure what it is about the adhesive, because there's some that I'm okay with, but then there's some that's like, no way. And when I got the hive right here, we actually think, because I've been dealing with this lately, I've been having random allergic reactions where all of a sudden my throat gets all itchy and scratchy and closes off, and I have to do a breathing treatment and Benadryl. So this is the situation. The nurse that did the horrible catheterization was just so lazy. She put a tourniquet on up here to try and get an IV. And she put it on so loose that this vein didn't even pop in. The AC vein didn't even pop. So she went into my hand in a very, very, very tiny, very tiny vein in a very sensitive spot. So when she started pushing, okay, so we put Zofran through, we put Benadryl through, and we put pain medication through. So she did Zofran first, then Benadryl and pain med, or pain med and Benadryl. But because when it hit there in such a tiny vein, Zofran burns like a motherfucker, and Benadryl burns like a motherfucker. So when she put it through, we think, this is my theory, when it started burning and getting irritated, we think that my body had a histamine reaction and sent all that to that area, and that's what was going on. Because I am not allergic to no, because we actually did the Benadryl after, by the way. I am not allergic to Zofran. I am not allergic to any pain medication. So all of a sudden being allergic to a pain medication that I've had for years is very, very rare. So we think that the body did a histamine reaction to the irritation that went on from those IVs, from those things. You use the mask or mouthpiece for your breathing treatment. I use mouthpiece at the moment. I don't have a mask that fits. I would like to get one. Hello, Troy. Welcome in, buddy. Long time no see. I would like to get a mask. Currently, I had a mask that I got with my nebulizer pump, but it was for pediatrics. Oh boy, that does not sound fun, Jesse. Yeah, I do need to get a mask. At some point. I don't do, like, I only do breathing treatments when needed. So it might be a month in between breathing treatments. It depends. So I recently went through my bedroom and organized a lot of stuff, and I now have my, hi Chris, I now have my nebulizer out, my meds in a drawer, things like that, all taken care of. I need to sterilize my mouthpiece, my the thing that hooks to the tubing, the thing, the part that actually puts the medication in me. But yeah, I need to get. I only have one of those. I don't know where the other one is, but it's not even the one it came with. I just like the one that I use right now because it actually has a valve where you can close off, you can turn this valve, and it makes it so that when you're not sucking in the air, it keeps all the medication in there. Ever thought of doing a nebulizer video? I have not. I've done my nebulizer on one of my streams. Hang on. Ow. Sorry. You found a new babysitter? That's awesome. I need a babysitter. Okay, the ending of that. Okay. This may be TMI. Because this is the first time I've peed today since I felt really ick. There was a lot more pain outside throughout that pee than there was at the end. What I've been feeling is extreme pain at the end of when I urinate. That was more throughout, so that's good to know. But yeah, I mean, I could do a video on my nebulizer. I have not done it. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, we've been thinking, because we really kind of need to have a more full-time person for me. You okay? You had a spell there. I was peeing. And that's painful right now. Unfortunately, at the moment, when I pee, it stops me in my tracks. Which it doesn't usually cut, like, I'll be like, oh, hello, butter. Right now, it's like, ugh. But I have noticed, this is why I know I have a UTI. And I really do need to get in to see the doctor. It's just that we haven't had the money to get prescriptions until tomorrow. I know I have a UTI because the frequency of my peeing has gone up drastically. And it's more short time like more like small bursts of urine instead of that long burst like I usually do. So I know there's some sort of UTI going on there. Um, and that's because they catheterized me twice. The second time was not a bad catheterization. She was in and out. She did a really great job. I had the most amazing nurse that Saturday when we were in the ER. She was just wonderful. Ugh, she was so good. The first nurse was horrible. The first nurse was awful. She was a grump. She was not very compassionate at all. She was very rough and very lazy. And I can pretty much tell you, she didn't clean me off well enough when she did the catheter. But the next day when the nurse did, she did a much better job. The cold weather, yeah. Cold weather doesn't usually affect my incontinence. Like, unless I'm, like, out in the cold. You love when... Oh, I don't, because they do a horrible job. When you're in the hospital, nurses and aides do a terrible... like, comparatively, it's a terrible job. Because they did have to help me with my diaper at one point when I was in the hospital because they were doing catheters and stuff. And she taped my diaper back up. And it was hilarious. It was just like, oh, such a bad job. And it was kind of cracking me up. But, yeah. Something I'm going to be doing here in the next week, guys. I have a video for this coming for tomorrow. I know I put one up last night, but I have one coming for tomorrow. And then I'm going to be doing a review on the Rears Rebel diaper. Because I have never personally tried them before. Andrew's worn them several times. He really likes them. But this past time. So you guys know how I had that huge diaper debacle with the diaper I got was the wrong size. And they gave me, they sent new ones free of charge and all that. Well, I've tried the Rears Rebel for the first time. And I'm loving them. Number one, it's a printed diaper, but it's not babyish. And it's not girly. I hate girly diapers, guys. When it comes to diapers, I do not like them to be girly. I like them to be very gender neutral. I don't like them to be boyish. And I like the boyish ones better than the girly ones. I like them to be very gender neutral, versatile. That's why I like the Seduction diaper. They went black and then purple. No. But the Rebel diaper, I am thoroughly impressed with. It has been really good. The tapes are great. It holds a lot. And it's very comfortable. It's got a really good fit. And I am so thankful that the Cushy Tushies guy reached out to me like he did and worked this out because I got to try this diaper. And there's some things in the works that he might work with me on. And if I start ordering from them regularly, which I'm probably going to do. And Jess said, as an adult, I have never had someone else change my diaper. I have had nurses change my diaper a lot. And here's why I don't like nurses changing my diaper. I had one nurse's aide and nurse who did a diaper change on me in the hospital after I messed myself. And they completely did not even wipe in my butt crack, guys. Just totally didn't do it. So the next day, when I realized what was going on, and somebody like Andrew changed me, or my mom, or whoever it was, somebody else helped me change. It might have been while I was here. I don't remember. They went to wipe my butt after a wet diaper, and it was just full of poop. And I had a raging rash from that because I sat for so long in poop. And we actually had to have, like, the wound care people come down and give me a special cream and all this stuff. Like, it was horrible. And that's why, unless I have to, I do all my own changes when I'm in the hospital, or I have Andrew do them. Like, in this case, Zelly's not really comfortable with changing my diaper. I would have a nurse do it. But what I usually do now is if I have to have assistance changing, I have assistants. And I clean the butt off myself as best I can, depending on my mobility at the time. I take the AZO urinary pain relief maximum strength. I'm not even sure what that is. I have no idea. I don't have urinary pain. I have pain from this, like, on the outside. I have pain on the outside. So nothing happens until basically the urethra hits skin. And that's where I feel the pain. And that kind of causes the muscle pain. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, for the UTI, I have, at this point I need an antibiotic. The only reason I have not talked to the doctor about it yet is because I have to have an antibiotic, I think. And I would rather they test and figure things out. Like, I'd rather actually have a test confirming that I have a UTI. Which if we go into the ER in the next couple of days for pain relief, then I will not have them do a catheter. I will do my best. I will sit on the dang toilet until I pee if I have to, because I'm not having another catheter go in me anytime soon. And I don't think I would have as much of a problem with it. Like, I think I could probably have, like, I think within 10 minutes I would probably pee if worse came to worse. So, that's what I'll do. Hey, Ricky. Welcome in. Hey, guys. If you're interested, let me know. I have a Discord group for our YouTube channel, for my YouTube channel specifically. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I will give you guys the link. Are you able to go to town when you can? I live in town, so in the evenings when Zelly is home and when Andrew gets home is when I go out. All right, cool. Let me go view my live stream real quick here. And I'll get that link in there real quick, guys. Hang on. I'm live streaming from my phone because my computer is just like, there's really poor lighting, so the camera quality was horrible. There we go. Okay. Let me get the link for you. I will say this, guys, I have missed you all. While I've been sick like this, I have missed you all. Because I have not been streaming. I have not been doing anything. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right now it's just called Brittany's Back in Diapers YouTube. So let me get the link here. Invite people. Copy the link. And those of you who are interested, copied, okay. The link expires within 1 day, so here y'all go. Have at it. But yeah, it's been, and that's the way I haven't even been on Discord this week, guys. Like, I think once, maybe twice I popped in to say hi to a friend. The only thing I've done was a private call with another friend twice. Yeah, Skip and Troy are there. By all means, join, guys. We can, this will be a good place where I could also update you guys in general without being on video. Because I have not been any shape to video lately. I did record a couple yesterday. Yesterday was an okay day. Today I'm just out and just not good. I'm not doing good. So, and Daddy should be home before too long, like within the next 15 minutes. I'm actually probably going to close up stream here in just a few minutes because he's going to be home. But he had a test he's working on getting his pesticide license and things like that for work, so that when the time comes, he can officially be promoted. Yeah, I'll remember to do a nebulizer video when I do one. Once we quit these things, which we're going to be quitting here this year, probably by the end of the summer, we want to be completely off the nicotine. We cannot quit cold turkey with me because... Oh, that's awesome, Sean. I'm glad you were able to catch it. I'm going to go ahead and close up my YouTube from what I see. Ow. But He's trying to get a promotion. Oh, that's what I was. You can get nicotine-free vapors. Yes, you can, Jesse. However, we're spending upwards of $200 a month on this. When we calculate it out, we spend close to $200 a month, because we get the 50 milliliter bottles twice a month, and we get 3 of them, which costs $40 a piece each time. So we're spending like $80 and $80. That's almost $200 right there. Then we buy coils, which is another. Well, actually, we spend like $200 a month on these. So we're really wanting to cut it out. We're gonna work on reducing the nicotine level. Come January, I'm gonna be dropping to a 6 milligram nicotine, and then we'll just slowly drop it till we're at a 0. And then once that happens, it's honestly just the habit of vaping. And at that point, there's not really much benefit to it. And I would like to, this is my plan, once we quit this, and we can then afford CBD oil, I will get CBD oil, which I can take on a daily basis, but then I can also vape it when we're out and about if I need it. Because the oils that I can buy, you can vape and ingest. How much do you have to spend on your diapers? I spend right around $300 a month on diapers. Yes, that is the thing. If we cut out, we have to get cars soon. Our cars are getting down there. If we can cut out the $200 a month, at least that will free us up for some diapers and also for CBD oil, which would cost us about $80 a month right now, from what we've looked at it. So it would cost us like $100 a month would not be bad for something that's going to help me incredibly. Just one dose of it, we saw a difference, guys. Just one dose of CBD. The guy gave me a day's worth of sample in a water bottle, and he said, just like sip this throughout the day. He's like, you can guzzle it, yes, but he's like, sip it throughout the day is my advice. And we saw a huge improvement in my anxiety levels. Huge. Not sure how much it'll help with pain, but we're going to try it at some point and see. So if we can knock off the nicotine, that will open us up to be able to, number one, have a little bit better budget throughout the month. And number two, it'll open us up to have the ability to do the CBD oil. Look into HDIS. Yes, I used to use them. When I was on Medicaid, I used them. Unfortunately, at the time, Medicaid was only covering crap. And I'm very allergic to the diapers that they covered. Any of the cheap diapers, guys, I cannot wear. I am highly allergic to them. I react horribly. And I actually react to North Shores even. To the Supremes. I don't react to the Megamaxes because they're a different production line. They are very along the lines of the ABUs. Their plastic might be slightly more brittle. I had one where I was getting ready to take it off, and I was holding on to it, and then my thumb just popped right through. And I'm like, oh, that's bad. To be alive, yeah. Yeah, the CBD was just hugely beneficial in just one dose, so we know it will help me out. Tranquility diapers, I don't like. I used them for about a year, and my bladder just is too much for them. I cannot really use them at all. I was using up a diaper every time I peed. I can't use Molicare. I hate the Molicares. A lot of the medical diapers I cannot use. But that we're not necessarily worried about. There's a possibility when I get on Medicare and Medicaid, because once I'm on Medicare, I can also get some benefit some Medicaid benefits as well. As bad as the tapes are, I do well in the ATNs. Oh, I hate those. I used Tranquility for, even when I lived here, I used them. So, but they were horrible. Number one, they're really loud. The biggest problem I have with Tranquilities is that there is such a gap in the front. There is like a huge amount of plastic where there's no padding, and it doesn't go high up enough for me because the pee goes up front. Tapes on diapers, it depends on the diaper. These Rears diapers, the Rebels, the tapes are brilliant. The tapes on the little monsters are not so great. Awesome. Hello. Welcome in. I will take a look at your channel. I love vlogs. But the tapes on like the little monsters, they knew had an issue. They said they have a bit of an issue with the tapes. But when I tried the Rebels, they have been amazing. Like, they are so amazing. When the tapes stick, I can reuse the tape multiple times, no problem. I love Andrew calls me pirate butt all the time right now, which is funny. But I like that they are very gender neutral, almost more masculine. Why are medical diaper tapes so bad? Because this is what the Molicare guy told us. Basically, Molicare, the company Hartman that does Molicare, they do not listen to their incontinent customers. They listen to the nursing homes. And so the reason they're so cheap is because they're trying to make the diapers cheap. So they're using subpar products to make their diapers. That is why they're bad. Rears are spendy. Yes. Rears can be spendy. However, for me, I go through like 3 diapers a day when I use the premium diapers such as ABUs or Rears or something like that. Like, I can go like 2 diapers during the day, 1 diaper at night. Maximum is 4 diapers, or if I'm messing myself a lot, 5. But in the long run, it's so much cheaper. Like, I'm spending, $2 a diaper right now, but if I were spending 50 cents a diaper and using 6 or 7 diapers a day at least, or not $1 a diaper, most of them are $1 a diaper, it would be just as expensive to use those because I would need more of them. Whereas with the premium diapers, I use less. I pay more, but I use less. And we're looking at, it's been a struggle figuring out what diaper to use lately because ABU and Tykables have such a problem with stocking. Not to mention right now, Tykables does not have my size. They're coming back with it in the next 3 months, which is, yes, those will be my go-to night diaper. But, spending $300 a month on diapers is not horrible for me. It's worth it. Box tape is the best. Actually, it varies. It depends on how you, like when I was using Dry 24/7 all the time, the way I would do it is I would put duct tape down first, then put the tapes on top of that. And then if I used packing tape, they wouldn't stick as well. So it varies on the tapes and on the plastic and what works. Can Andrew and Zelly live with cheap diapers if needed? Andrew and Zelly rarely wear diapers right now, guys. Andrew has a great stockpile going on right now, so we don't need to buy him diapers for quite a while. They tend to buy diapers like once every 3 to 6 months. And right now, the My diapers that I just got fit Zelly perfectly. So she has a whole case of those, and she wears maybe once a week or every 2 weeks. And she'll wear like two during that. So she doesn't wear very often. Andrew does not wear often because he has discovered that it's really a pain in the butt to wear them at work. Because he has a very, very active job, so he can't really wear them at work. Zelly wears them every now and then. So their diaper cost is really minimal. They buy a case and it lasts them forever. Andrew's bought cases over the years and he has plenty, so there, he hasn't bought diapers in a while. Because number one, a friend of ours gave us some, and gave us some Tykables that he could wear. He had like 3 or 4 packs of those. So for us, it's not that big a deal. That is a luxury that we do put in for ourselves because it makes us feel better. That is something that we have determined that we're going to actually do. This is better. When I was just wearing and not using that, I honestly haven't pooped a diaper in well over 2 weeks. Like this whole time, I have not, no, I take that back. I did poop a diaper once after I got out of the hospital, just because I was in a lot of pain and I couldn't function sitting on the toilet. But I haven't used the diaper for poop in several weeks consistently. That's not necessarily a good thing because my fissure is bad, but at the same time, I haven't had the energy to do my own diaper changes for, I can change my wet diapers because I take the diaper off, I roll it up, I put it in the trash in the bathroom, I sit on the toilet, I poop, and then I get up and put another diaper on after I wipe up. And that's not hard to do. The problem is when it's a messy diaper, it takes a lot more energy out of me, and I just have not had the energy to do that. So I haven't been using them like I should. So yeah. But I think I'm going to go ahead and close up stream, guys, because he should be home any minute. And yes, Ricky, they could. Yeah. Size medium diapers are really easy to get a hold of, except for everybody's out of stock all the time. But yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close up stream. My hand is numb right now. Yay. I'm gonna go ahead and close up stream. I need to get some water in me. That is important. I have to go get water. I haven't had any in the last 2.5 hours, so need water. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And hopefully I will be on more often. Definitely click the link for that Discord. Feel free to join and talk. I am in there. I am on Discord pretty much all the time. At least typing. I'm not on voice chat very often lately, but yeah. So I will see you all later. Hopefully I'll be more active coming up in the next next week or so. But thank you guys so much for your prayers, your well wishes, everything. And I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure that's what's getting me through is all the energy that's being put into me, I know is helping. And I greatly appreciate every bit of it, guys. You are wonderful, guys. I really appreciate you all. And you guys have an awesome evening and an awesome night, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Okay, how do I say that bye-bye, but I don't know how to stop my stream on here. Okay, let's see. Thank you for coming in, Sean. All right, let's try this. And do I want to stop streaming? Yes, I do, guys. See you later.